Maybe this is why they start stepping back. Maybe this is why these major changes are happening. Now it's all making sense. This was probably the missing piece to the puzzle. You tell me. This is an article from ledgerinsights.com about the Bank for International Settlements. Get ready, folks. Things might really be taking off in 2025, but we have to observe. Check this out. I didn't know this. This really caught me off guard. I'm telling you right now. This is what the article says. How will the new BIS leader impact the progress of tokenization? All those trillions, all those quadrillions, it looks like the pathway is about to become much more clear. It looks like the pathway is about to change dramatically. They knew this all along, didn't they? Of course they did. They planned this all along. I mean, Augustin Carstens, I didn't know how long the leader's term lasted at the BIS. So apparently his term is up. Augustin Carstens, after all this time, his term is going to be up next year. They have someone new stepping in at the BIS, which once again, now that helps it make sense as to why their direction is going to be changing. But wait a minute, this could be amazing. Think about it. So here, okay, in this article, well, first let me establish this. The BIS under Augustin Carstens' leadership made it clear that they always had felt the private sector should lead the way. Let me get these chains out of here, just grabbing all over my hair and stuff like that. But they made it clear they wanted the private sector to lead the way. They've worked with everybody. You know that. Stellar, Ripple, R3, they work with everybody. But they also were heavily developing certain, conglomerations of technology themselves. Until recently, they start saying, hey, we might step back from Project Enbridge, things like that. That has heavy implications for other projects and such. This new individual here, I'm going to read this little tidbit to you. Check this out. Listen to this. Yesterday, the Bank for International Settlements announced that Pablo Hernandez de Cos. That sound familiar to you? Well, just wait. I'm telling you, the future is bright. This will take on the role of BIS General Manager on July the 1st, 2025. The former governor of the Bank of Spain is bringing back some memories. Will replace Augustin Carstens, whose term ends in June. Well, sir, I'll tell you what, man, it was interesting having you as the lead of BIS for a while. I'll tell you that much. You got some stuff done. You definitely did. Recognizing the increasing digitalization of finance, Mr. Carstens has advocated for an innovation agenda. It's like the end of an era. During his term, the BIS launched a network of BIS innovation hubs around the world. He has also promoted the concept of a unified ledger, tokenization, and finternet. Now, wait a minute here. Let's skip that little part. I want to get to this one here. Mr. de Cos, tokenization experience. Now, listen to this closely, because this can change. And I hope money behind the scenes does not change this situation, because listen to this. On the basis of desktop research, we uncovered two strong indicators. One in favor and one more reserve. Yes, the one that's in favor is because this new guy coming in has been very pro tokenization in his last position. But I'll let them tell you. At the Bank of Spain, he was keen to support tokenization initiatives. He was letting them run wild. Who's them? He was letting the private sector run wild. He was letting the private sector lead the way. Interesting, isn't it? But he also chaired the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision with its risk management emphasis. I think that's heavily inconsequential here. I do, 100%. It says maybe I'll go a little deeper into that later. Before the European Central Bank formulated its wholesale DLT settlement trials, the Bank of Spain decided to conduct some of its own research. They're bullish on the technology. They want it. They need it. They want the private sector to lead the way. Now imagine this man at the BIS, at the helm of it. What's going to happen, right? It commissioned multiple projects, including the creation of wholesale CBDC platform to support tokenized deposits and security settlement. Also, during his Bank of Spain tenure, the private sector led by Iberpay, doesn't matter who it was, they let the private sector lead. They let it lead. They let it go wild. What happens there? What happens if the BIS, at the forefront of all these other central banks says, hey, listen, let the new financial system lead the way. They pull back on some of their offerings because they know they don't have global interoperability. What does it do to that price? Price does everything except go down. No, I can't say that. I would love for that to be real. It sounds good, but you get what I'm saying. That price will go up. Theoretically speaking, of course, you're going to have dips and correction. I know, listen, I'd like to kid around a little bit, but it will go up. It commissioned multiple projects, including the creation of wholesale. Okay. Also, during his Bank of Spain tenure, the private sector led by Iberpay explored smart contract driven payments as early as 2019. This is a person who, as of right now, is super behind the new financial system. It says, and digital euro preparation more recently. Now, once again, you know why I sort of pause a little bit on when we get someone new and someone who seems like they're bullish on the technology into position is because of Gary Gensler. Before Gensler, let's be real. Before Gensler got into position and something changed him dramatically, probably money behind the scenes, allegedly, that's just my opinion. He was bullish on DLT. He was praising all the technology as much as he could. And then when he got in position, he became an absolute villain. So I always like to, sure, it's exciting to have someone new moving into position, but I have to allow them to show me that you are still supportive. Show me you will do the same thing you once did in your old position in the new position. But if this individual does what they're meant to do, then they're going to, I think, by design, take everything to a new level. I do. There's a reason why there's this handoff happening after Augustin Carson's accomplished a lot. All those innovation hubs, they're ready to deploy. They're ready to launch. But here's the thing. They need a connector piece. They weren't able to catch up and solve the big problem, but they know and always have known the private sector can lead the way. And also, they don't want to do all that heavy lifting either. The BIS, I think, over time has seen like, okay, there's still going to be some heavy lifting. They made it clear in the beginning. They don't want to do all of this work. They wanted the private sector to do it. But the private sector is like, listen, if you're going to be deploying these infrastructures, you do the work. But if you don't want to do the work, let us do it. Let us handle it the way we want to handle it. And I think that's what we're about to witness. This is why you're seeing all the bullishness on Solana. You're seeing all this bullishness from the institutions on Chainlink. You're seeing all this bullishness for Ripple and XRP, Uphold and SBI. Why is SBI able to move around like they are, make all these partnerships and deals that they do? So I think that these companies, the world is starting to see the shift happening. There's a major shift. Now, did you see that video yesterday? That was a potent video. They literally said there's a shift. They were using verbiage like how I use it. So I've been saying a shift. Now they're saying it's about to be a shift. There is a shift happening, folks. And that equals a lot of people making a whole lot of money. It's already happening right now. I don't know how long it's going to last. I don't know what the markets are doing right now. Are they still up? Are they down? I don't know. You tell me. I didn't look at the charts today. I had a busy day. Okay, I can't do everything, but people are already making money. Imagine what's going to happen when crypto reaches its actual potential. It's nowhere near its potential. Also, in that article yesterday that we covered, which was very potent. If you didn't watch that video yesterday, go watch it. You're missing out if you didn't. They let it be known once again, we're still at the beginning. We're still at the beginning. So we haven't even scratched the surface of what crypto could really do. There's going to be trillions of dollars flooding in over the next year or two. At least that's what they project. That's what these so-called experts are saying. If that happens, then what happens to these top crypto across the board? You tell me that's not super bullish. You tell me. Everybody can't be wrong. All the top people can't be wrong. You have some of the top people saying trillions going to flood in. And that's the same thing as the other side saying that there's a massive bull run, the likes of which no one has ever seen coming. We've been telling the people. Now you're starting to see proof. There's proof coming out. Things like this add to it because these types of people here have to open the gate. You can't just crash the gate. They did have to open the gate. They control the gates, unfortunately. And this type of individual can possibly swing the gates wide open. We walk through, we grab that bank money. I don't know how that sounds, but it's like, that's pretty much how it is. They literally need us right now. So now we have this article here. It's titled XRP Ledger Hits Major Burn Milestone. An aspect of XRP Ledger many people always forget about. When we're starting to get that huge volume in, huge value flowing all over the place, you do know XRP gets burned, right? And the more it gets burned, the more volume you have, the more value you have, the more it gets burned, the lower that supply goes. So now it's burning, the supply lowers. When we have all that staking possible in the future, if these companies ever come through with that, if we get native staking on XRPL, is that ready yet? Then you have Flare trying to provide some sort of smart contract capabilities for XRP that also brings staking as well, right? I believe that's how it goes, or delegation, something like that. Then you have that, and then you have some people just outright holding XRP. So now what we're looking at is XRP circulating supply getting lowered, which theoretically will make that price go up. Who knows how much, but I like to think on the positive side, and that could be very, very good. So the more it's getting burned, the better. XRP Ledger is in an evolutionary phase, showcased by key features including the burn rate. While not a full-blown deflationary protocol, a certain number of XRP is burnt daily. The cumulative effect of this XRP burning has pushed the protocol to a new milestone overall. According to data from XRP Scan, 13,014,042 XRP have been incinerated since inception. It will be much higher. Like I said, the higher the volume, the more is burned. I believe that's how it works. While this figure might be small relative to the circulating supply of XRP, it underscores the protocol's evolution and positioning of the future. The XRP ledger is distributed ledger technology that, well, we know what XRP is. You're preaching to the choir. Mostly, I'm going to tell you article writer something. Mostly people that already know about XRP are the ones mainly reading these articles. Mainly. We are the choir. All right. So then let's see here. It goes into RLUSD. I'm not sure why. Just a little extra section here. All right. So, that's a little good thing happening there. More XRP was burned. Let's go here. They have a little bit more information on U.Today. This article is titled XRP Skyrockets 109% in volume as price hits 70 cents. All right. So let's find out what's going on here. XRP, the 8th largest cryptocurrency by market value, has seen a 109% spike in trading volume, with its price reaching 70 cents according to CoinMarketCap data. XRP's trading volume has skyrocketed 109% in the last 24 hours, reaching $8.02 billion or 12.6 billion XRP. Notably, XRP price has surged within this time frame, creating a massive daily candlestick as it sprung from lows of 59 cents to reach highs of 70 cents in today's trading session. XRP has been on a run since November the 9th, rising from lows of 54 cents. Let's scroll down here. Sometimes I'm wondering, like, the way that these articles are beginning to be written, and I mean no disrespect, I'm starting to wonder if some or part of these articles fully or partially are being written by AI. It's just the way that the phrasings are a little bit strange sometimes. All right. But anyway, just a thought I had while I'm reading this. I'm like, that's worded a little bit strange. The surge in volume and price can be attributed to several factors. Not that that's a bad thing, but it's just like, I don't know. It's just, I'd like to just know that if it is, so I can make sense of it all. The broader cryptocurrency market is showing an, quote, undeniable bull run, unquote, with many digital assets experiencing upward momentum. Bitcoin surged to a fresh all-time highs of $89,995 in early Tuesday's trading session, lifting the value of the entire crypto market. I told you that's how it goes. Once Bitcoin's taken off, everything goes with it. Doesn't necessarily have to be a separate altcoin season, although that is possible as well. XRP has benefited from the positive market sentiment, attracting substantial trading activity. At the time of writing, XRP was up 11% in the last 24 hours to 64 cents and up 28% weekly. What is it right now? This article is it just me? This article's jumping all over the place with just numbers everywhere. I don't know what's going on at this point. I just know things are looking good, right? Really, you either want people to talk to you and tell you their real thoughts. You want some fake stuff. Like, you're supposed to know what's going on, Mick. No, I'm not all the time. I have a life just like you. I try to do my best as a researcher just like you do. Like, that's it, man. We can't know everything. We can't keep up with everything. Especially you run a business, you have a family or something, you have things you like to do, you have hobbies. Like, we're trying to fit all of this stuff into our lives so we can live good lives. You don't have time for everything. So now here we go. All right. So these are the numbers because I wanted to know. I looked it up. Cointelegraph is saying Bitcoin is at $88,000, 780. Why do I keep doing that? $88,764. ETH is at 3,270. Is down minus 2%. BNB is at $625 minus 2%. A lot of stuff is down just a little bit. Solana is down is at $212. Nice price. It's down 3.97%. XRP right now is at 71%. It's at plus 13.22%. There you go. So XRP is 71 cents right now. All right. Take it how you want to. All right. So now we're moving on here to a little bit of Bitcoin. We got to keep up with what's going on with the big dog leading the rush. A lot of people making some good money off Bitcoin, bought it when it was really, really low and the bloody bull market went down. It crashed a couple of times and people scooped up a whole lot of it. Oh, yeah. So it's looking good right now. Bitcoin bull run could continue for 200 days before a possible U.S. recession, of course. Now it's like, yeah, now all this time we've been in technical recession a long time ago. Light depression. And now they're like, well, now's the time. Could be a recession. My word. As Bitcoin reaches day 554 of its cycle, Copper.co suggests a peak is aligned with potential mid-2025 U.S. recession forecasts. Bitcoin's current market cycle indicates a potential peak in about 200 days, coinciding with forecasts of a possible U.S. recession by mid-2025. According to recent research by Copper.co, this alignment emerges as Bitcoin reaches day 554 of its cycle. Historically, Bitcoin's market cycles average 756 days. From the point when the annual average growth of its market capitalization turns positive until it hits price peak. Copper.co assesses the present cycle began around mid-2023. Historically, Bitcoin's market cycles average 756 days. Okay, I think we read that part a little bit there already. Bitcoin could peak around mid-2025, approximately 200 days from now if the pattern holds. All right, we have more Bitcoin news. I think we have like 2 more articles. I'm not sure how many we can get through. All right, so now this article is titled Bitcoin Shrimps Buying the Historic Rally as Whales Offload. Bitcoin has surged by $20,000 in the past week as we examine the cohort breakdown of this rally. Investors who hold less than 1 Bitcoin continue to accumulate. Okay, I was like, less than 1 Bitcoin, as they have been doing for the past 2 months. Humpback whales who hold over 10,000 Bitcoin continue to distribute coins, extending the 2-month trend. Long-term holders on average seem unfazed about this rally and continue holding on to Bitcoin, demanding higher prices because they know, just like BlackRock knows, just like Valkyrie knows, they know Bitcoin is poised to skyrocket. This is nothing. This is nothing to where it could go. They've been holding all this time. See, that's the one thing I do respect about Bitcoin maxis. They stand their ground. They know what they know. They believe what they believe. And a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them hold firm. And so they've been benefiting from that strength of heart, that strength of spirit. Yeah, and I agree with them. I feel like, not financial advice. You do what you want to do. All right. I'm just voicing my opinion. I think they're right. Just like a lot of the Bankcoin people, I think they're right. The top cryptos, I think, are all going to explode, life-changing, to make life-changing gains. I do. But they do it well. Bitcoin's blockchain data reveals that small addresses continue to accumulate BTC, even as whales stick to their, quote, sell on the rise, unquote, strategy. Bitcoin, the leading cryptocurrency by market value, nearly tested the $90,000 threshold early Tuesday. It has since pulled back to trade near $87,400 at press time, still up 27% on a 7-day basis. According to CoinDesk data, the 40,000-foot view tells us that the recent buying pressure has largely originated from the NASDAQ-listed Coinbase exchange, often considered a proxy for the stateside institutional activity. However, granular data reveals Bitcoin trader says Bitcoin is headed towards $125,000. Sounds a lot like me by New Year's Eve. By New Year's, what's it? New Year's. Oh, they messed up. It says New Year's even. They mean New Year's Eve. Little typo. New Year's Eve based on Bayesian probability. Veteran trader Peter Brandt says Bitcoin is following a similar pattern from its past, which could lead to a $125,000 Bitcoin price by New Year's Eve. We shall see. At this rate, how fast it's moving, is it possible? It's possible, but we will see. Bitcoin price entered a strong price discovery phase for the first time since December 2020 after its weekly chart closed above $80,000. Bitcoin's bullish structure has transpired from a short-term to a long-term outlook, and multiple analysts believe that an assortment of six-figure price targets will be attained sooner than later. I agree with that. There's something major. There's a golden age coming. We told people this. Now they're seeing it. Didn't I say that for months? I said there's a golden age like it's coming. Now we're just seeing the beginnings of it, possibly. Of course, there's no guarantees into the future, but who knows? It's looking very, very good right now. And a lot of things, right? A lot of these top cryptos are looking very good. And we haven't even been unleashed yet. Remember, it's looking this good, and we still have some SEC pressures, not just with XRP, but with Solana, a couple other things. And we're looking this good. Imagine when we're fully unleashed. And it looks like that might be coming very soon. All right now, folks. Okay, let's see what else we have here. It says this, hold up. I like that. That's very old school of the Motley Fool. This is coming from fool.com. Hold up. It literally says that. Fed Chair Jerome Powell just issued a dour warning on the economy. Is the bull market in trouble? Of course, when everything's going well, here they come to sprinkle a little bit of negativity in it. Oh my goodness. I suppose there's a balance to everything, you know. There's a balance to everything. They always do this though. It says here, Wall Street just capped off its best week of the year. Following Wednesday's surge, investors seem to be as bullish as ever, even with the S&P 500 at a historically high valuation. Cyclical stocks, including financials and energy, soared on particular news. A sign investors are betting on economic stimulus, likely in the form of tax cuts and an uptick in business investment and economic expansion. All right. Federal Reserve. What am I saying? Federal Reserve Chair. I messed up. Jerome Powell was asked for his thoughts on large budget deficits and the rising national debt as his press conference following the rate cut decision last week. And his comments were telling. In fact, they were a serious warning on the future of the U.S. economy. Now he wants to give a warning. We've been looking at economic data for the longest time. We saw through the veil all of this smoke they putting away. And we told you about the real numbers of everything, but weren't looking very good. And all that time that we were working our tail off as real researchers, real economists, and we were telling everyone, hey, things are not looking right. The government and all of the people that serve them were saying, no, everything's great. But now all of a sudden, everything's going to be bad in a couple of months. It's going to be bad. Come on, you're exposing yourself. But I mean, I just don't like that. I don't like deception. I don't like liars. I don't, folks. Anyway, just tell me what it is. Just tell me what it is. Tell me the truth. That's how I feel. You don't feel like that? The level of our debt. The level of our debt relative to the economy is not sustainable. I've been saying this for so long. So long I've been telling people, you know, I don't know. The path, I don't know, because people don't want to listen to, like, let's say you or I come out and we're telling the people. A lot of people don't want to listen to that. They hear it. They know the numbers are real. We're showing you the numbers, and they'll still say no. But if this type of individual comes out, any of these celebrity type, so-called higher up type people come out and say it, then everybody listens. It's like, what is going on with that? Why is it that way? Oh, anyway, all we can do is try to help. That's all we can do. The path is unsustainable. We know that. And we see that. And you know, you've got a very large deficit you're at full. What? How does is he okay? Who talks like this? It's all broken sentences. You've got a very large deficit at space. I'm reading the spaces because it's like, why is he talking like this? You're at full employment at that's expected to continue. is ultimately a threat to the economy. Please, people, read this for yourself so you don't think that Alpha Neem is just messing up. No, I'm not. Not right here. I'm not. That's literally how he said it. I hope he's okay. I mean, I don't know the man, but I don't know, sir, that your sentence is a little bit strange. It says Powell's big warning. It's no secret that the national debt has ballooned substantially over the last generation. They took off the debt limit. They took the cap off and been spending like a child who found their parents' credit card. What do you want them to do? That's why everybody's going into gold. Gold's going to take a little bit of a dip now because everything else is sky high. It's risk on right now. Everybody's in a frenzy. I already knew that. I said that, right? We saw that before. A little bit will always come out. And it goes into other things. But when it's time for those things to crash, then a little bit will come out of them again and go back into gold. That's just the way that is. And that's not major catalyst for gold, negative or positive. The major catalysts are geopolitical tensions, massive amount of banks collapsing in the future. And that hasn't changed. So now that you have the information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with this. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the money.